saying that I am not a financial advisor, and everything that I say is really only for entertainment purposes. But if you find value in this, then I'm happy. Because really, what I'm about to share with you here today are the key methods and tactics that I've applied in my life that really gave me financial freedom. But this isn't some stuff that I figured out on my own or that magically just like came to me in a dream or that I read in a book. This is stuff that I have learned from working with multi-seven-figure entrepreneurs, people who build really big businesses with hundreds and hundreds of employees, and people who crush it and make a big difference in the world. Now, thankfully, and I'm grateful, I've been able to have a really good impact through my life so far on people in their businesses and in their lives as a whole. But this one is dedicated to really dialing in your financial freedom and getting to a place where you no longer have to worry about money or depend on a job or something external for income, where you really take control of your life so that you don't have that stress anymore. Because really, one of the greatest things that I've ever experienced was just knowing that I'm okay. I don't need to worry anymore. I will no longer have to work. I will no longer need to create income desperately, chasing money. And now all of a sudden, like I could live my life freely and do whatever I wanted to do. And I want that experience for everyone. Why not? I mean, you have a limited amount of time. Time is your greatest asset. And so really, you don't want to be thinking about money all the time. You want to be in abundance, in such abundance that you never have to worry about it again. So I'm gonna basically run through what I think are the most important keys, what you need to apply to get to that point. And then I'm gonna take some questions. We're live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, everything over there on the main camera. And then also some people will be listening in on the podcast. So I hope that all of you enjoy this. And before I get into it all, I just want you to know, if you want to work with me personally, one-on-one, have a consultation, see how I can help you take your life to the next level as a whole, not just financially, then go and head over to erafael.com. That's my little site. There you'll be able to go through and book a time with me. And we'll speak personally, me and you, nobody else, not someone from my team. It'll actually be me jumping on a call with you, going through a strategy that I think will help you really achieve your goals. We'll run through exactly what you're trying to achieve and exactly step by step what I think you need to do to get there. So again, if you want that, erafael.com is the link. All right, first of all, I want you to realize that yes, you should live below your means. It's a really bad idea to spend more than you earn because you're going to put yourself in a hole financially. And that's not a fun experience. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. However, there's a certain point where you can't save anymore to be successful. You can only cut so much. You can only, try to squeeze out the bare minimum to a certain point and live cheaply and below your means. The next step is to increase your income. And you increase your income either by, working more hours, getting promoted, improving your skills so that you get paid more. All those things are very viable and great. But my favorite way is when you build a business and you attract customers. For example, early stages in my business, what I would do is I would work really hard. What I mean by that is I would spend hours and hours just grinding away, posting everywhere, really just connecting with 500 people a day, pushing myself to somehow get a customer or a client. It would take a really long time. It was tedious work. I wasn't necessarily always enjoying myself. It was an uphill battle. But it was worth it because I learned a lot from it, right? And if you've ever done that and you're a business owner, then that's an important part of it. Early startup phases, that's just how it is. But in the long run, you want to spend money to make money. You want to invest money to grow. And most people are in the mindset where, they're trying to protect their money. And whatever amount they have, it's about holding on to it, be really careful. Don't use it, don't invest it, don't take any risk. And that puts you in a position where you can't really have any explosive growth, because explosive growth is usually a result of spending money. Great example of that would be when I started advertising for the first time, or doing sponsorships or collaborations that were paid, this changed my life, because instead of now working manually and taking all these hours and putting them in constantly, all of a sudden I was able to just make one decision and it changed my life. one feature, one big promotion, one big launch, and I had filled my business and my clientele for the year. That's how you want it, right? You want to be able to make one or two big decisions, and that creates massive growth for you. So whether that is, getting a way better job, a way more high paying job, that could be a big upgrade. But just as much with business, using advertising, leveraging your money, reinvesting it back in what you're doing, and not protecting and holding on to what you have, because that typically will just keep you right where you are. It's the same as investing in stocks. See, most people are actually comfortable investing in stocks or bonds or real estate, but they won't spend money on their own business. If any, barely any at all. That's not good. We want to spend money on our business. The more, the better, because it'll grow faster. I'm happy to invest 5K, 10K into advertising in a single month, if not much more, to make a return of, let's say, 30, 40, 50, or even 100. So it's okay to spend and invest in your business. If anything, it's probably the most important part of it, because you can't grow just waiting and also only using your time. Your time isn't scalable and you can't leverage it very much. You only have so much. And that's why people get stuck and they really only have a certain amount of income that they earn every year or every month. It's because they're not expanding. They're looking at holding on and just maintaining. And I want you to go into expansion mode. So what can I invest in my business? Or what can I invest in as far as my skills go? What's an investment that I can make that will skyrocket my value and drive massive returns and ROI, return on investment? That's what we want to be doing, not waiting, not like barely scraping by or making what we're making, trying to, increase little by little. We want to invest a lot into what we're doing. And hand in hand with that, my long-term investing strategy is simply using index funds. And you can read a book called Unshakable by Tony Robbins. So that is a really good book about the topic and it covers it perfectly. And what it teaches you is long-term investing. So if you're going to do any investing, I mostly recommend, although I worked with a few traders in the past as my clients, like day traders and things like that, I recommend that you build long-term wealth through a portfolio where it's really just index funds. That way you have a good return year by year. You're not trying to beat the market and time things. You just follow a set strategy where you invest a regular amount every single month and you apply it like a tax on yourself. So even if you're making very little or your business is barely turning a profit, we take a little portion of that, right? And we reinvest it into index funds, and that creates long-term passive income. Even if you never made over $15,000 a year, you could still be a millionaire by the time you retire. And there's a guy, I think his first name is Theodore. I can't remember. He's in the book Unshakable by Tony Robbins, so go read that. But they talk about it, and it's really incredible because he was a delivery man, and he never really made a great income or anything like that. He made a very small income relative to a lot of people, but he was able to retire as a millionaire because he followed that strategy. So you want to long-term invest, but right now, if you want explosive growth and you want to make a lot of return, then you should focus on growing a business, getting customers, acquiring more customers, and knowing your numbers. So for example, if you know that you have to spend $1,000 to acquire a customer that's worth $5,000, then do that all day and you'll keep making money back and returning it and then spending it again and doing it over and over. And you're just multiplying your capital instead of chasing and putting in all your time and getting very little in return for it. I don't want you to play that game. See, that's what most business owners do. That's what most entrepreneurs do. And that's why they get stuck. And even if you have a high-paying job and you're doing a side hustle or something like that, still applies to you just the same. Take the income that you're making and reinvest it in your business to grow it faster instead of slowly grinding at it and barely getting any results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple more things and then I'm going to take some questions. So if you have a question, drop it in the chat. I say Instagram here, YouTube, Facebook. If you guys have a question that you want me to answer live, then go ahead, put it in the chat and I'll go over it in a minute here. So a couple more things. One is mindset issues. Mindset issues are the biggest reason that people stay poor. It has nothing to do with practical or tactical advantages. It has everything to do with what's going on in your head. If you think that advertising is scary, it will be scary. If you think that building or starting a business is scary, that will be scary. If you think expanding and hiring a team is scary, that will be scary and difficult and challenging and so annoying, right? If you believe that, whatever you buy into belief-wise will reflect, and then you'll experience it. So it's really just your mind playing out in reality. Whatever movie you have going on in here, it'll replicate itself out there. And then you'll keep seeing it and wondering, oh, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to get leads or clients or sales? Why is it so hard to do marketing? Why is it so hard to grow my business? Why can't I make more than XYZ per month? And that's exactly why. You really, really need to dig deep. What's going on in your mind? Do you have a mind virus, really, that says something along the lines of that you don't deserve it, or that rich people are evil, or that wealth is difficult? We have all kinds of those. We have all kinds of limiting, dark beliefs that we never examine that just rule our life unconsciously. And then we just keep experiencing things over and over and wondering why we're on repeat and living Groundhog Day. So if you haven't had a breakthrough in the financial area of your life in the last 12 months, if you haven't at least, I don't know, had a 25% increase in how much you make, I think that's a red flag. I think we should do something about it, because you're capable. You're capable of serving more people. You're capable of adding more value to the marketplace. That's why we get paid. Money is good. It's really an exchange for bringing value. So improve your skills, or invest, or grow your business, or run ads, or whatever you need to do, right? To take things to the next level and create a breakthrough. One step back, 2 step forwards. And most of us refuse to do that. The reason why we refuse to do that is because it's scary and uncomfortable, and it doesn't feel good, and it's not warm, and it's not cozy. And when you put down a few $1,000s into advertising, or you go take a course, the return doesn't come right away. Sometimes it takes a few weeks, a few months, even a year. And that's frustrating, and I understand, and I'm with you. However, it's worth it. It's worth it if you can delay your gratification for just a moment. Not expect something to work for you instantly. Not expect the result and the return right away. It'll change your life. The more you can wait, the better. The more patient you are, the more results you'll have. And the more you need it right now, the less you'll get it. And the more you'll get stuck, and the more you'll be frustrated. And I really, really, really do not want that for you. So hopefully that all helped you, and you have a pretty good idea of what you should do next. Write yourself down just one action step, one thing you're going to do. Are you going to invest into index funds to create that passive income long-term? Because your income right now is good. You're making a profit in your business. You're going to take that and, okay, let's build some long-term wealth. Let's diversify a little bit and not just be all in my business or all in my career. Or I'm not making enough income, but I want to stay in my career. Okay, let's improve my skills so I can get paid more. What certifications can I get? What courses can I take? What can I do to improve my worth so that I'll get paid more? Nice. That's a good action step too. Or you're running a business. A lot of people that listen to me, watch my content, business owners, my favorite. What you should do is look at, can you advertise? Can you do paid sponsorships or partnerships to get more attention? What can you do? I mean, billboard ads. Anything to drive more traffic so that you can have more potential customers and know how much a customer is worth to you. Whatever your average sale is, take that and look at it and go, okay, how much would I be willing to pay to get somebody to give me that? Well, let's say you 2x your return each time. Well, then let's scale that. Let's make it happen. Make that your action step. Awesome. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions now. If you have one, drop it in the chat. I might make today's stream a little bit quicker than usual, but I am going to answer a few questions regardless. So if you want your question answered, drop it in the chat right now. Instagram over here, YouTube, Facebook, and everybody else over there. Virgil, good to see you on. Geneva, good to see you. Let's see. Vanch, awesome. Just saying hi to you guys. Let's see, Hemo. Thank you for hopping on. Mary jokes. So true. Glad you agree. All right, I'm going to answer Tushar's question. Hey, Raphael, what do you think is happening in this world? And regardless, how do we manage to not get bothered by it and stay focused and get things done the way they're supposed to be done? Well, I have a pretty simple answer to that question. And it's that don't focus on the stuff that doesn't help you. You can be informed without getting obsessed, right? So what I found is that if there are really important news or things that I have to know, mostly somebody will tell me, right? And if you have some family or some friends, probably you'll hear what you need to hear, regardless. If it's really something important that you need to know about, it'll travel to you, you know? Bad news travels really, really fast. If it bleeds, it leads, right? So I wouldn't be on the lookout for bad news. I'd be on the lookout for your goals and your purpose and what you're trying to achieve and accomplish in your life in every area, financial, relationships, physical, health-wise, spiritually. I would focus and align with that and not spend much time, if any at all, looking at things that do not serve me and help me, because why would I do that? I'm just damaging myself. So, not worth it. Chris, good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. Khaled. Let's see. I think I had a question here as well. My friend and my conversations language are very bad. Yeah, I would work on that a lot. You can definitely take a couple of steps to improve it. Make a little action plan, a game plan, set a goal for where you're trying to go, what you want to achieve, what level you want to be at. You'll get right on track with it. No problem. And you're not going to be stuck with very bad language for very long. Do you have a mentor, and do you recommend mentorships? I always have coaches, consultants that I work with, people that help me. I've been coached since I was 19, and it changed my life. I mean, I started with basically nothing. I was a broke janitor. I really was overweight, obese, classified as obese. Things weren't going for me at all. And then it turned my life around. I got coaching, I got mentorship. That's what shifted my entire trajectory. So would I recommend it? Yes, I would really recommend it. And if you want me to help you, I mentioned this earlier, but every once in a while I bring it up. Go to erafael.com. It's in my bio on Instagram. You can click there. YouTube, Facebook, you guys see the link. erafael.com, and you can sign up for a free 1-hour consultation call with me personally. And then I can, recommend you somebody, even if it's not me. So even if I'm not the right person, I'll refer you to someone who I think is great. If I am the right person, then I'll show you how we can work together and exactly what that looks like. And if you decide to work with me, then you'll also be a part of an amazing community of high-level entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are growing, improving their lives. You'd be in good company. And you'll have me personally guiding you and supporting you as well. So I definitely take advantage of that. If you're even slightly considering getting help and support, and you don't want to travel the road by yourself, which I definitely would not recommend. It's pretty frustrating and lonely. Then yeah, erafael.com, and that's that one-on-one call. I think we have a few spots still open, but if they're completely blocked out, then just send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and then I will try to, find a slot or move some things around. We'll make it happen. I'll try my best. Let's see here. You're highly inspiring, my man. Thank you for sharing all of this. You're welcome. I'm happy to share. Happy to help always. Yeah, just a quicker stream today. I think I might have missed a couple of questions. Sorry about that if I did. I do appreciate all of you hopping on as always, and I'll see you all soon.